how does one do a report card at the end of a series as dramatic, as breathtaking, as brilliant, as edge of the seat as this? But you have to, because the editor says you have to. No, apart from that, it's also great fun to do. It allows you to look back and analyze and see what happens, do it a day later when you're looking like you're in a holiday mood, or well, at least off work mood, and then you can look at things a little differently. So that's how I'm doing it. I've got a team of 11, so bear with me. Let's see what I've got. First of all, I've got the two captains. So let's start with Ajinkya Rahane. What did Rahane do? Eight matches, 268 runs at 38 with 1 century. Look at those numbers and say, not extraordinary. Where did the 100 come? The 100 came in the great comeback at Melbourne. And for that alone, one of the innings of the tournament, one of the series, one of the great moments of the series. So from that point of view, and the little contributions, coming and playing a bright cameo at Brisbane, even though it's 38, given the importance of the Melbourne 100, I'm actually going 8 out of 10 for Ajinkya Rahane. As captain, he inherited a team, and the word I've used very often for it is rubble. From there on, to deliver 2 wins, one outstanding win, one a tremendous come from behind win, and the heist in Sydney. No discussion, 10. Ajinkya Rahane as captain is 10. Now let's look on the other side. Let's see what Tim Paine did. So, and we look at Tim Paine 3 ways, as batsman, keeper, and captain. Okay, as batsman, Tim Paine, 204 runs at 40.8. One very, very important innings early on in the series at 70. As a batsman, did everything that was asked of him. 7.5, maybe 8. I'll leave it with you. As a batsman, excellent. As a keeper, not quite sure. Tim Paine as a keeper, 6. Let a few go. Missed a stumping in the last test. Missed a key catch before that. 6. As a captain, now this is interesting. A lot of Australian captains always err on the side of aggression. That's what we've seen with the captains, back themselves and go ahead. We saw an old-fashioned Aussie captain in Ajinkya Rahane. Tim Paine, I think, went on the defensive too quickly. He had a team that was numerically, in terms of ability and experience, superior to the opposition, playing at home, and he lost a series after winning the first one so dramatically. I'm afraid his captain, Tim Paine, is 4. Right, now the bowlers, because the bowlers played such a big part in all this. And let's start with the Indian bowlers there. Who have I got here? Jasprit Bumrah. 3 matches, 11 wickets at 29.36. He bowled 117 overs. Was always the go-to man, often bowling a little more than he needed to, taking the new ball, coming back, bowling a second spell, bowling for long hours. And what I enjoyed more than anything else about Jasprit Bumrah, for someone who's only 15, 16 test matches old, depending on at which stage of the series you want to assess him, he emerged as the leader of the attack, standing there, putting an arm around another bowler, giving a bowler a hug, talking with them. Bumrah became one of the leader of the pace attack. I'm giving Jasprit Bumrah 8 out of 10. Okay, our next one, Ravichandran Ashwin. Came in here with a lot of people saying that Australia is a graveyard of finger spinners, that even great players like Murali, like Harbhajan, like Graham Swan have taken a long time, haven't delivered good numbers. Yasir Shah's numbers aren't great. These are some of the best spinners that we're seeing. Kumble picked up on his second tour. So what did Ashwin do? Ashwin, 3 matches, 12 wickets at 28.83. I'm looking at one more number for Ashwin, and that's his economy rate. Economy rate of 2.57, bowled 134 overs. I think Ashwin did everything that was asked of him. He closed one end, showed a lot of variety. He picked a middle and leg line, got wickets at slip, negated Smith in the first couple of tests. Ashwin is, I'm torn between 8 and 8.5. So give it what you will. If you want to be hard, make it 8. If you want to be a little more lenient, give it 8.5. Okay, now we are going to Mohammed Siraj. I was so impressed with everything that Siraj did. Came out of personal adversity, joined a team that was down in the dumps. A couple of test matches later, is the leader of the attack, and he just kept running it. New ball or old, top batsman or tail. He just kept going. Look what Siraj has done here. 3 matches, 13 wickets at a tad under 30. He bowled 134 overs on an average per innings. That's more than what Cummins and Hazlewood bowled. Without a doubt, I'm giving Mohammed Siraj 8.5. 8.5 for Mohammed Siraj. Okay, let's look at the two Aussies then. We've got Josh Hazlewood and we've got Pat Cummins. What did Josh Hazlewood do? 4 matches, 17 wickets. That average is 19.35, largely because of that 5-wicketer in Adelaide. It was just a perfect start. He just had to deliver the ball, and the ball had an appointment with the edge, and the ball had an appointment with the keeper and the slip. So he bowled really well. I just thought it a couple of times in the series. He didn't quite blow hot enough. It was a little cold, but still wonderfully there all the time. Josh Hazlewood is a definite 8 out of 10 for me. The other reason I'm giving him 8, not 8.5, is he's part of one of 4 great bowlers who should have delivered a series win. Then, personally, my player of the tournament was Pat Cummins. Did everything, as I said, everything that's asked. Sometimes got the new ball, sometimes came first change, but that line always troubled the Indian batsman. When it came to digging it at short, putting it into the body, banging it in, he did everything that was asked of him. Bowled long spells. There's a reason I think he's, if not the best, definitely in the top 3 fast bowlers in the world. We're looking at 9 out of 10 for Pat Cummins. Right, so then we're done with Cummins. Let's look at the batsman. Marnus Labuschagne, lot of time for him. His antics might put you off a little bit. He's a little above, come look at me, chewing his gum and saying, yeah, making a little comment from there. But as a batsman, he got more chances than anybody else, but he made most of it. He scored 426 runs, got 100. He didn't play, let's put it, a defining innings in this tournament. Ajinkya Rahane scored fewer runs, so played a defining innings, so did Paine, but still Marnus Labuschagne looked really, really good. So I'm giving Marnus 8.5 out of 10, half a point more than the great Steve Smith. He struggled a little bit there, did Steve Smith early on. Then when he came back, just looked magnificent. That century, then another half century. In spite of making virtually nothing in the first 2 tests, he's finished 313 at 44.7. Series as a whole, Steve Smith is 8. We've got Pujara to look at, and we've got Pant to look at. Right. What did Pujara do? 8 matches, 271 at 33.87 and a strike rate of 29. Don't even look at those numbers, because in this series, Pujara is not about numbers. Pujara is about bravery. Pujara is about standing there for India and weathering the storm, tiring out the bowlers. I think he played somewhere 900 plus deliveries. Just block. And I have no doubt in my mind that because Pujara was blocking at the other end, it allowed the Gills and the Punts and everyone else to flower. You could turn it around. Let's be completely honest. You could turn it around and say because they were playing like that, Pujara could play his game. But it doesn't matter. I just thought Pujara played that role very well. And so I've got 8 out of 10 for Pujara. 8 out of 10 for Pujara. Okay, let's move on. What have we got now? We are going to finish with Rishabh Pant. I absolutely loved watching Rishabh Pant. That 97 in Sydney, it's supposed to be a back-to-the-wall contest. India have virtually nobody left to bat after him. There's Vihari on one leg, Ashwin without a back, and Jadeja with one hand to come. And he scores 97. And suddenly we're all thinking, hang on, can we win this? We said, he got out playing that shot. It's because he thinks like that he will occasionally get out playing that shot, but he will deliver you games as he did in Brisbane. That 89 not out. I said when he got that 97, that was better than any of the hundreds that he had scored. This 89 was better than the 97 because it was more measured. He stayed in there, picked the right balls. You could see someone has learned from Sydney, and he delivered a win that will go down as one for the ages. So I've said what I had to about Pant, the batsman. I'll dwell very briefly on Pant, the keeper, who's got some distance to go. Standing back, he was fine. Standing up, some place to go. 6 for Pant as a keeper, but as a batsman, 9 out of 10 for Rishabh Pant. There you are. I hope you liked it. You know what you must do? And I say this every time I do the report card. It is such a fun exercise to do, because if you put prejudice aside, if you put personal biases aside, your personal loves aside, look at the numbers, say what do the numbers mean, and give your own grade. It's a wonderful way to look back at any series, but definitely this one, which was the greatest.